There's three things that can hinder you from pursuing your passions. I like to call them the 3 F's. Fear, faith, and fatigue. Fear, we don't pursue our passions because we're scared. We're scared. Oh, well, we have all these doubts and all these what ifs. Oh my God, say if this happens and say if that happens. Oh my God, the fear of not knowing what will actually happen when you follow your dreams. That right there can stop you from doing anything. Fear can stop you from even pursuing anything. Fear can stop you from trying. Fear. Being scared of the unknown. And a lot of times when we are fearful of something, it's really something that we made up all in our minds. We made it larger than life. And it's not real. That fear that you created is an illusion. Oh my God, say if this happens and say if that happens. But then the question is, say if none of that happens. So if you allow these imagined things in your mind to stop you, you'll never know what could have happened if you would have gone forward with your passions. So we cannot allow fear to stop us. We're all going to get scared. We don't know what's going to happen. Oh my God, I've never done this before. I'm a little nervous. But when you push through that fear and you keep on going, I'm a little nervous. I've never done this before. But when you push forward and say, I'm a little nervous, but I'm still going to do it anyway. And then when you get to that other side, the other side of fear, and then you'll say to yourself, wasn't that bad. It wasn't all that I made it up to be in my mind. So fear comes from something that you conjured up in your mind and you made it larger than life. Fear is not real. Fear is what we do to ourselves. So the first one is fear. Get rid of fear, you can start working towards success. Okay? Or at least knowing how to manage fear. We can start towards success. Faith. Number 2, faith. It's not faith that's the problem. It's the lack of faith that is the problem. So if we start to think like, oh, you start to doubt yourself. You start to, not really, oh, I've never done this before. What if I fall on my face? What if I say the wrong thing? All of those different things. So you don't go forward because you don't have any faith that you're going to be all right. Try something new. Just go forward with it and see what happens. And if it's not something that you take to and you decide that, I don't really like this. This is not my thing. Then it's all right. It's just not your thing and you look for a new thing. It's as simple as that. So lack of faith, not believing that you will be okay. Not believing that you can do this. Sometimes you got to give yourself a pep talk. Sometimes you got to say, all right, here we go. We're going to do this today. You have to give yourself a pep talk and really encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to be your biggest supporter. Sometimes you have to be the person that's going to hype yourself up. And that's important. Of course, we got friends, we got family that, they act as our hype men and women. But what happens when they are not there? When it's time to go on stage, when it's time to give your presentation, when it's time to start your new business, you got to be able to hype yourself up. So be your biggest cheerleader. Be your biggest hype man and keep going forward and have faith that you will be all right, that you will be successful. You have to have faith. I remember hearing I believe it was a documentary or maybe it was an interview. And it was with Kanye West. And from what I understand, Kanye West started as he was creating beats. And people were telling him that he shouldn't be a rapper, that he shouldn't, get into that scene, that he should just stay with doing beats. Now, the question I have, that if he would have listened to the people who were telling him he should stick with just doing beats, we most likely probably wouldn't know Kanye West like we know him today. He probably may not have reached the level of success in this world that he did if he would not have had faith in God and faith in himself that he can do whatever he sets his mind to do. So if he didn't have faith in himself that he could do it, that he knows where he comes from, that he stays connected to the source, that he can do all things, if he did not have the faith, then he probably would not be successful like he is today. The same goes for me and you. If there's lack of faith in you and I, then what happens? We end up doing nothing. And when we end up doing nothing, we get nothing. Whatever we put out there in the world is what is brought back to us. So if we do nothing, you do nothing, you get nothing. That's the way it works. So, number 3. So we have fear, faith, fatigue. Another thing that hinders us is fatigue, or being tired, or, do I dare say, being lazy. If we have fatigue or we are lazy, then we don't want to try for anything. We don't want to go that extra mile to work on our dreams. Look, I came home from work and I'm tired. Look, I'm dealing with the children and I'm tired. Look, I already got a million things on my to-do list and I am tired. So am I going to go forward with my dreams? Because being an entrepreneur is not easy. Working on your dreams and your gifts is not easy. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of commitment. It takes a lot of your energy, and even for some, a lot of your money. But it is not an easy thing. So having fatigue because you're giving all your energy to other things, but not giving your energy or time to your craft, is not going to be beneficial for you as a person. So maybe, just maybe, you need to restructure your time or your schedule and really think about how can you fit your life on your to-do list? How can you fit your passions, the things that you want to do, how can you fit that into your daily schedule? You don't have to do everything. Just do a little bit of something towards what you want to do. And then after a certain period of time of just keep going and going and going, you're going to see that you are getting closer and closer to your goals. Just like the pyramid. They didn't just say, boom, there's the pyramid. You put bricks by bricks, and just keep adding the bricks up. And then eventually they develop the pyramids, but it all started with that first brick. So you have to start. Do not allow tiredness or laziness or just being bombarded with so many other things on your to-do list. Make sure that you make the time for the things that you want to do for you. Make sure that you schedule the time to make sure that you add your passion into the to-do list. Okay, what do I need to do? Okay, I need to read more about it. Okay, I need to look online and start getting into different groups that are talking about it. Getting around like-minded people online. Whatever it is that you want to do. Maybe you need to go back to school. Maybe you need to just start that video. Just take your phone. We're on our phones anyway. Press boop, record, and then just start. We have to stop making excuses and stop taking our time as though we have all the time in the world, because we don't. Time is going by so quick. We do not have so much time to just be moving snail pace. We all have some gift, something to contribute to this world. So when we leave here, before we leave here, we need to make sure that we made our mark. That we made our mark on this world, that we left something behind that's going to help someone else.